There are lots of creative writing programs out there. So when I think about the JP Catholic Creative Writing Program, I'm focused on what we do specifically that other schools do not. We're oriented entirely toward impacting culture for Christ. We have students learning the essentials of building stories, building characters. From there, they start to move on not only into more specific kinds of writing, but also they move into workshop formats for the courses where they are learning how to write by practicing and by giving each other critical feedback on their pieces. And so that's obviously going to be a great set of skills that they build, because it's not only about their writing, but also about their critical analysis of other works and also their ability to communicate that criticism to others. Students will also be taking courses in writing short fiction specifically, and while the emphasis is on fiction, they're also encouraged to take courses in poetry and understanding poetry, how it's composed, and that is something that the screenwriting professors have often said is essential, because when you're writing dialogue, every word counts, and when you're writing poetry, every word counts. And sometimes writing short fiction doesn't exactly get us to focus on the importance of a single word in the same way. If you think about the skills that one is building as one studying creative writing, they're incredibly valuable in pretty much anything that you're going to be doing. There's verbal and written communication is of course at the fore, and any employer will tell you that is a trait that they want their employees to have. They desperately want their employees to have the ability to communicate well in writing and in speech. And so all of that awareness of something larger than themselves that they're working within, that ability to relate to a community, and that ability to be self-motivated, I think all of that stands to be pretty desirable in the eyes of any employer. The primary career paths open to a creative writing student, in addition to simply being a published author, is going to be in the publishing industry or in education. In education, of course, having that ability to think critically but also to think creatively is going to make one a great teacher. It's going to enable one to recognize that the creativity that has enabled them to be at their best as a student is also a creativity that a lot of their future students will possess and will respond to if they bring it to the classroom. It really is true that the closer you get to writing about humanity, the closer you get to writing about Christ.
Sometime around probably 5th grade, I took a creative writing class that I was horrible at, but I really loved it. So that's probably where it started. Typically, I like romance stories. Romantic comedies, I think, are the easiest genre for me to write because I am kind of a romantic myself.